It's the buzzword on Wall Street.
On the K-shaped economy.
Something that economists call a K-shaped economy.
This economics report was brought to you by the letter K.
But what does it mean for Main Street? A K-shaped economy means some families are trying to find value where they can. A struggle Peyton Riley from Kentucky knows all too well.
We're buying, so I try to find the best deals when I can.
With a big family, she knows where to get the best bang for her buck.
It's getting harder. Definitely with 3 kids. I just think Walmart has a selection for all types of consumers. I think like what your budget is, you can find it there.
And the proof is in the purchasing, according to Heather Long, the chief economist at Navy Federal Credit Union. She's tracked this trend for the last year.
The Costco economy is back. We can see this massive shift to shopping more and more at Costco, at Amazon and Walmart, as even people who earn $100,000 a year are really trying to make every dollar count.
Her team tells us they've seen a 7% jump in spending at wholesale retailers since 2024. So Peyton is not alone. The stress of shopping putting a strain on many consumers, all a factor of this K-shaped economy. So what does that even mean?
The K-shaped economy means that some Americans are doing just fine. They're in the top of the K, their incomes are rising, their spending is rising, they're living la vida loca.
And then there's the bottom of the K.
And that's obviously going in a different direction.
It's where the bottom 80% of consumers are just trying to keep up with price inflation, according to the latest data from Moody's Analytics. Meanwhile, the top 10% of that K-shape, their spending is up big over the past few years, up almost 4.5% in the first half of 2025. Moody's data shows the top 10% of earners account for almost half of all spending and is up by 36% since the early 90s. The big question, can it last?
A K-shaped economy is not sustainable in the medium to long run, and it's definitely not desirable.
With apologies to Sesame Street, sometimes economic analysis sounds like alphabet soup. There's the V-shaped economy, a sharp decline and a rapid recovery, similar to what happened during the COVID-19 pandemic, where the recession only lasted about 2 months, the economy and the stock market bouncing back quickly after that. Or the classic U-shape, where the damage of a recession leaves consumers treading water for a while, like the 1973 oil crisis and stock market crash, leading to an era known as stagflation in the 70s. Or an L-shaped economy, where the recovery stagnates for months, like what many of us saw during the Great Recession of 2008, when employment levels took years to return to normal. The implications of a K-shaped economy catching the attention of Fed Chair Jerome Powell at the Federal Reserve's last meeting of the year.
How sustainable is this so-called K-shaped economy, and what are the Fed's thoughts on whether that's a risk going forward?
So we do, through our vast network of contacts and just through our observation of what's going on in the economy, we hear about this a lot. As how sustainable it is, I don't know. Most of the consumption does happen by people who have more means.
Look, what's going to happen in 2026, whether there will be a recession depends on the spending of the top 20%.
Christine Romans, NBC News.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.